All right, Mustangs. Shout out to Juliana for asking these two questions, 20D, 4F, and number 6. So first I'm going to do 4F. They're asking you to find the slope of this. Now some of you got scared whenever you saw this fraction. But think about everything being divided by x squared. So we can rewrite this function as y equals, so x cubed divided by x squared is going to give me x. Negative 4 divided by x squared is going to give me negative 4 over x. And then negative 8 over x squared is going to give me negative 8 over x squared. Okay, I can have each of those divided by x squared. Okay, now I don't like these denominators, so I'm going to change it to a negative exponent. So I've really got y equals x minus 4x to the negative 1 minus 8x to the negative 2. And if I want to find the derivative of this, remember the power decreases by 1, and so this is the power of 1. And then the coefficient comes to the front. So I end up with, this power comes to the front, so we have 1. And then if it decreases by 1, we have x to the 0, which is just 1. Okay, minus this power comes to the front, so we've got negative 4 times negative 1. Power decreases by 1, so it's x to the negative 2. Okay, minus 8 times this power comes to the front, multiplied by the 8, so negative 2. And this power decreases by 1, so we have x to the negative 3. Okay, let's simplify this. Y prime equals 1 plus 4x to the negative 2 plus 16x to the negative 3. All right, and we're going to replace x with 1. So we're going to place that with 1 and that with 1. Now think about this for a second. Okay, if I replace this with 1, then this is really, this right here is 4 times 1 over 1 squared. Well, what is 1 divided by 1 squared? That's still equal to 1, right? So this is really going to be 1 plus 4 plus 16, because this is going to be equal to 1 when x is 1. And that's going to be equal to 1 when x is 1. So then I get my derivative is equal to 1 plus 4 plus 16, which gives me 21 is my slope. All right, now number 6. All right, they gave you this curve, and they said here's the equation. Calculate the derivative at negative 3 and at 1. So the very first thing I'm going to do is find the derivative. Okay, so this power comes to the front and gets multiplied by the 1/3. 3 times 1/3 just gives me 1, right? Okay, this power gets multiplied by the 3/4. So we have 3/4 times 2. Power decreases by 1. Here we have, when I have got, this is going to end up with just negative 5 over 2, and that's going to go away. So here's my derivative function. Let's rewrite that without this stuff here. Let's simplify this. So I have y prime equals x cubed plus 3/4 times 2 is going to give me 3 over 2x and minus 5 over 2. Okay, so here is my derivative function, and all I have to do is simply plug in negative 3 in here to get the slope, and plug in 1 in here to get the slope. So let's do that. If I plug in negative 3 here, we end up with negative 3 cubed plus 3 over 2 times negative 3 minus 5 over 2. Okay, so negative 3 cubed is negative 27, okay, minus 9 over 2 minus 5 over 2. Okay, let's simplify this. So let's convert this to a decimal. Why not? Negative 27 minus 4.5 minus 2.5. Okay, negative 4.5 and negative 2.5 is going to give me negative 7, right? Negative 27. So what is negative 27 minus 7? That's going to give me negative 34 is my slope at negative 3. All right, and let's try this one here. I'm going to plug in 1 into my derivative, and then we're going to end up with 1 cubed plus 3 halves times 1 minus 5 halves. So we get 1 plus 1.5 minus 2.5. Okay. So what is 1.5 minus 2.5? That's going to give me 2.5, negative 2.5 plus 1.5 is going to give me minus 1, right? So 1 plus negative 1, that's going to give me 0. Which makes sense, because if you look at the picture they gave you in the book, this is a horizontal line, the slope of that is 0, and it makes sense that I should get a slope of 0. Now this is a positive slope, right? So I think I made a mistake somewhere. Let's look at what mistake I might have made. Oh my gosh. I didn't decrease the power by 1. This should have been x squared. Oopsie. Okay, so that should have been square and square. So let's fix this. This should have been squared, and this should have been positive 9, and this should have been 9 minus 2, 9 minus 7. My slope is equal to 2. Okay, that makes a lot more sense, because if the slope is equal to 2, and you look at the picture in the graph, it goes over 1 up 2, over 1 up 2. The slope in the picture is 2.